So we have uploaded our bank statement into QuickBooks Online, and this is the page that is now appearing to us. It was not available to us before we have uploaded our bank statement, or we have connected our bank with the bank portal so that it can automatically fetch the bank statement lines. In both of these cases, you will end up at the same page. But the very first thing that you need to notice here is this tab for review. All of these transactions that we have just uploaded will be appearing on this for review tab, and very important thing to know is these transactions have not yet been recorded into QuickBooks. Our balances will not be reflected, will not be changed when we upload or when we connect and import the bank statement lines from the bank. Let me show that to you in another way. But first of all, if you have to come back to this page at any time, you will go to the transactions and click on bank transaction, and that will bring you to this page. But before I do that, let me show you something. So first of all, if I can show you the dashboard, here you can see that my balance here is £8,600 and 6 items are pending for the review. Now what is 8600? It is the balance that we have recorded in the previous transactions before uploading the bank statement. So that balance has remained unaffected. And if I take you back to my bank statement that we have just uploaded, the balance that we have uploaded to QuickBooks is this one, and if I just sum it up, you can see this balance is something different, 8630, whereas in QuickBooks the balance is 8600. All those 6 items are pending for the review and they have not impacted our bank balances. So to look at the register, what I'm gonna do here is, first of all, let me get rid of this. Is this banking info helpful? I would say okay, so that I can, okay, no, I don't want to tell you more. Okay, so let us go here, go to registers and click on Barclays. So you can see that the Barclays register still has only 4 lines that we have recorded ourselves. The new lines that we have imported have not affected these. Now let us go back and let us start reconciling the transactions one by one. You will see that for the transactions that were already recorded, when that also reflected in the QuickBooks statement that we have just uploaded, you are now getting this info that one match has been found, and that match is for this date and for this amount and for this Reed & Co company. So that looks fine to me. All I need to do is to click on match. So you can see as I click on match, this item has moved from here, and now this item must be moved to categorized. So if I click on this, you can see that this item was matched to this transaction. You can undo that if there was a mistake, you mistakenly match that, you can undo that, and that will bring this statement line back to here. So let us go back to for review, and let me show you one more thing. Now that you have matched this item, if I take you back to account history and refresh this page, you will see that no change will happen because this item was already recorded. You have just matched it now. No change, no new item will be added here. But please keep your eyes on this particular column here. Let me refresh this page now. And you can see that now there is no new row that has been added. But here in this column, you will see that for this particular row that we have just matched from our bank statement, a C has been added, and when I hover over it, it is telling me that it is cleared, which means that it has been tentatively reconciled. Not exactly reconciled, but tentatively reconciled. And if you hover over this icon here, it is telling you this was manually added from the bank feeds, which means that the line it has been matched against was added by me manually by uploading an Excel file. That is just additional information, that is not very important, but this C here is very important, which is telling me that it has been cleared, which means that it has been almost, tentatively reconciled. Now let's go back to our original bank statement page, and let us match the others as well. So for example, if this one Reed and Cole, this is a perfect match, we don't have to make any change here, it has been correctly matched. You will click on match, but before I do that, let me click on this row, anywhere in this row, and let me show you something else as well. So as I click on this, you will notice that this complete pop-up panel has appeared, where you can categorize this transaction yourself. If I click on this, you will see that now you have this recording option available. So if you think that match is not correct and you actually need to record this transaction, you will use this option. If you have to match, you will click here. It is telling you that they have found a match, but you can click here and find other matches as well. If you do that, it will take you to this screen where you can find a list of all of those expenses between your selected dates, and you can choose any specific expense that can be possibly matched. So a way to find your possible match if you think that the system has not properly found a match. Well, you can also record this transaction as a transfer to other bank, for example to HSBC, and you can also record it as a credit card payment. We will talk about these later on. For now, let us focus on the match only, and in my case, since it is already a perfect match, I will just click on match here, and you can see that the transaction has been matched. And then let us quickly do this one as well, and let us quickly match this one as well. And now let us go back to our second screen, and we would expect the similar thing to be done for all the rows here. Just let us refresh our page. And you can see no new row has been added here, but all of these rows have this icon in front of us, that C mark, which means that all of them have been tentatively reconciled. Now let's go back to the transactions page and let's handle these two as well. Well, you can see that system has already given you a category, that it seems like the bank charges, it seems like the bank interest received, right? So what we need to do is, you can change this category from here if you are not satisfied with that. Just click here and you will see that type of the transaction is an expense. Yes, we have spent $20 on the bank charges. So category here is bank charges. It has already been picked up by the QuickBooks, but you can change that by clicking here. And then of course on bank charges there will not be any VAT, but if that is the case, you can handle that as well. We will talk about that later. And you can enter all those details, for example pay name, and you can record your memo, you can apply tags and do many more things, apply an attachment. We will talk about rules later on. Here in the suppliers, you can add the supplier. Barclays is not available here, and if you like to categorize this expense against the vendor name as Barclays, you just want to record your bank charges against the bank so that later on you can see that, you will just click here and add the new supplier just quickly as Barclays. Of course it is not a supplier, but we can treat it as a supplier, and this will do the job for us. Click on this and then click on add. And now, so it is saying me that please choose a tax rate for this transaction. So here we can do exempt or no VAT for now because it is not relevant. Just apply 0. By the way, in settings I will just turn it off after some lectures. Right now we are focusing on the basics, and let us click on add. And you can see that the row has been added. But now let us notice two more things here. So if I go back to account history and just refresh this page, you will see that now you have 5 lines. 4 that you have recorded, and then there is a 5th line with all the information that you have recorded. It has been appearing here. And one more thing that you may like to notice is that now your bank balance would also be changed. So if I just go back to the dashboard for you, you can see the balance here as well, 588580. It was 8600 before recording this transaction, but now it is 8580. So let me take you to the dashboard as well, and let me show you there as well. So the balance has changed to 8580, which means that this transaction has now also been recorded into QuickBooks Online, and you will see that balance update again when we record this interest income. Remember what the balance is right now, 8580, and then it will increase by 60 because we are recording an income. The bank balance will be increased, and by the way, you will keep in mind that this balance is also reflected here in the QuickBooks 8580. So I will click on add. It is saying that something is not right, so I will click on that. So who paid you? I would say Barclays paid me. The category is bank interest received, that is fine. No product, no service. For this I would say no VAT is fine for it, and then you may apply this information if that is relevant to you, and then just click on add, and the transaction has been correctly categorized. All of those have moved from review to the categorize tab. If you just like to see that, you can see, and you can undo if you want them to be into the review tab and available for recording or reconciliation again. Moving back to account history, refresh the page, and here is your 6th transaction that is appearing now, and you can see your balance has increased to 8630. Just refresh the dashboard as well so that you can see it appearing here as well, and you can see all of those transactions have been reviewed, and you can see a check icon here. Now there is one problem. First of all, before discussing the problem, let us look at this balance, where this balance is coming from. When we uploaded the bank statement, you could see that this balance was 8600. So these two transactions that we have recorded from the bank statement were not reflected. So this is the balance that is in QuickBooks, in your books that you have recorded, and that will be reflected in the reports. Then what is this balance and why is it 0? Well, ideally the way it should work is it should be the statement balance, and when we upload, whatever has been uploaded should be reflected here. But unfortunately in QuickBooks, this balance will not update when we import the CSV file manually. It only updates when the bank is connected, when our QuickBooks is connected with the bank and the transactions are fetched from your bank portal automatically. This only gets updated then, and it would have been quite useful, but unfortunately in this case, by uploading the CSV, it does not update, and it limits the usage. Even if we are connected, there are sometimes errors, and then it gets useless. It should have been very good, but unfortunately it is not available to work with quite in a practical way. Okay, so we are done with this basic categorization, but in QuickBooks Online that does not mean reconciliation. Here we have one more step to reconcile our account, so let's do that in the next lecture.